Hi, my name is Syeldy, and I'm the European representative for the ISBT Young Professionals Council. I am a PhD student at Sanquin, the Dutch National Blood Bank, and today we're going to interview Katja van den Hurk, who is a researcher here, who has led a study on COVID-19 in the Netherlands. So I'm standing in front of the headquarters in Amsterdam. Come on in.
So we set up a study that's linked to the antibody survey, so where antibodies of donors were tested against the SARS coronavirus 2. And we asked all the donors that were tested whether they had any symptoms that they experienced in a month since the beginning of the epidemic, whether they thought they had COVID-19, and a lot of other questions as well. So we had complete data on both the antibody testing results and questionnaires for almost 3,700 donors. And of those, 239 tested positive for SARS coronavirus 2 antibodies. And of those, almost half did not suspect they had the infection.
I see, that's so interesting. Almost half did not even suspect that they had COVID-19 at all.
No, indeed, and that is in spite of most of them reporting symptoms. We saw only 11% of the donors who had those antibodies. They had not reported any symptoms since the start of the epidemic. And another 28% of the donors with antibodies reported only very, very mild symptoms, so just a little bit.
I see.
Another significant result was that we saw that people who tested positive for antibodies had much more reportings of the loss of taste and smell. That was a really significant difference between people testing positive against negative for antibodies. And another symptom that of course was associated as well was fever, but not that big a difference as the loss of taste and smell. That really seems to be a specific symptom for COVID-19.
So Katja, with these results, what are the implications for the Netherlands or other countries?
I think the implications differ across countries because, of course, testing policies are not the same everywhere. But in general, and at least in the Netherlands, our results emphasize the need to get tested in case of symptoms, even if they're really, really mild. People might feel reluctant to get tested if they only experience a little bit of cough or a cold. People might feel reluctant to get tested in those cases, but even if it's really mild, they should get tested because apparently people did get the infection with only those very mild symptoms.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And to also get in touch with the people who are asymptomatic, I think it's important to help doing the contact tracing because that's probably the only feasible way to also get to those asymptomatic people.